Hello again, everyone. Saka here, and welcome back to NASCAR Racing 2003 season, the 2019 mod with the 2020 car set. And we are here at Daytona International Speedway for the last race of the regular season. Today is cutoff day, and we'll see what drivers make it into the playoffs and what drivers go home. We're on the inside here, Martin Truex Jr. trying to break through with his first win of the year on the pole. And somewhere around us is Brandon in that WreckingandRacing.com podcast Toyota. 3 lanes on our outside. So we've got an inside row starting spot, Brandon in the outside row, and we've got 18 wonderful laps to try to make it in. Now, we are guaranteed a playoff spot. This is all just for bonus points and the regular season championship. Between myself and Brandon, it is really close in points, and those 15 bonus points go a long way. Green flag is out, and we will push Clint Bowyer around, and let's see if we can get to his inside if we have enough momentum. And we're just holding station there. Ryan Newman sort of drops off our rear bumper, and it sort of looked like Bowyer was on the brakes there just for a minute, but already 3 wide behind us, and they're getting really squirrely. Harvick darting down to the inside, trying to push Austin Dillon around that 48 of Jimmy Johnson, keeping that yellow line with our left tires right on it. 4 wide is not conducive to moving forward here. We'll see what line moves forward, but definitely in a hornet's nest of such right here going into turn 3, and already on our outside they're wrecking. The cars are a little bit bad. All right, so there is some turmoil back there. I see Brandon on the apron trying to avoid it. Hamlin down below the yellow line, getting forced down there, 4 wide in front of us. This is not going to last too awful long, I don't think. Jimmy trying to stick his nose in there with Ryan Blaney on the outside pushing Alex Bowman. I think I see Brandon there still latched onto this little bit of a pack that happened, and already they're bobbing and weaving into turn 1, looking really squirrely. We're going to have to mind our P's and Q's here as we come down that back straightaway at speed for the first time. And we're a little bit strung out here except for this lead pack, and then anything can happen in this lead pack. Truex still out front. But we've got, oh, there we go, the Hendrick cars together. Big crash behind us. Looking for Brandon to come through. I'm not sure if he's okay. We've made it through, but Martin Truex Jr. will lead us back down to the caution. We will come around in third in front of Denny Hamlin, and we will re-rack them up and see what we got. And we'll also need to see how good we are on pitting. We will have to pit 1 time this race, so we'll see if we're within our window. If not, we will hold station here and get back to green. Coming back down for the green, we were way too early to come down and make it the rest of the way. I have no idea what the AI cars were doing, but we basically inherited the lead, and Brandon is now up to second place, staying out with us, waiting for that green flag. And now we're going to be ahead of any prospective crash that may occur. A little bit too aggressive on that restart, though. Brandon has quite a bit of a gap to our back. That's going to bring him right back to us very quickly once these guys get back up to speed. But the most important thing is we are now out of the hornet's nest, The broken cars from that crash look to be mostly Hendrick Motorsports cars. Terrible luck for Jimmy Johnson and Alex Bowman, but let's see if we can hang on the rest of the way just in case there is no yellow. But as hard as these guys run, there's a good chance that there will be another crash before the end of this race. And we'll see if Brandon gets to our rear bumper and pushes this around, or if he's going to try to make a pass while he has momentum. Looks like Cole Custer is back there looking for a good run. He is on the outside looking in, so a win for Cole Custer would be huge this evening, and indeed for any other driver that hasn't got a win this year outside of the top 16. It can happen here at Daytona for sure, especially with some of our winners already getting probably taken out, or really strong top 16 running cars getting taken out with Bowman and Johnson. Just keeping that on the yellow line right on the bottom. It looks like Custer plays nice, staying right in line with Brandon here. Looks like the top line is forming with Kevin Harvick. Now Harvick does indeed have a win this year, so if he wins, he'll just be getting extra bonus points. And I can't tell, oh, that was Harvick moving to the inside line. Is that Ty Dillon back there trying to move up with Cole Custer? That would be another huge win indeed if Ty Dillon were to pull a rabbit out of the hat, as well as the 34 of McDowell. That would be huge, and McDowell is pretty good on these restrictor plate races. 3 wide behind Brandon. I'm liking what I'm seeing in the mirror. If those guys get together, we will be in front of it. Oh, and I see Tyler Reddick. He's in the top 16, pretty solid, but winless, so going for bonus points as well. It looks like a little bit of a latency issue between myself and Brandon, and that is not what we need here on the plate track. If he goes to push and he blinks out of existence, he may appear in our car, and that would be a glitch of epic proportion, as this game doesn't like cars that are inside one another. They tend to flip like crazy. Harvick with a big head of steam out back on the high line. We'll stick to the bottom and make him go around. If he has help, awesome. But it doesn't look like he does have help. We'll pull the inside line to the bottom, and it looks like even John Hunter Nemechek is trying to get up there to help Michael McDowell a bit. And I think I saw Chris Buescher there as well. So a lot of non-winners up here up front, which Daytona tends to be. Yeah, that 17 car pretty strong under the helm of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. We'll see what Chris Buescher can do with it, and Denny Hamlin is right there as well. Even though he's pretty on point when it comes to real life, Denny Hamlin does not have a win in our series this year. So Denny, oh, there's a big wreck behind us. I'm seeing him in the grass already. Will that bring out a yellow? How bad did that separate everyone? It actually didn't look too bad. Everyone was free and clear. Sort of a local yellow situation as we stay full throttle and under green, and it looks like John Hunter Nemechek was actually the big benefactor in that exchange. And the more they get into each other, the more strung out this lead pack is going to be. However, there will be pit stops for everyone else, so that's going to be huge. Coming down and making sure you have a drafting partner, making sure that you get slowed down and not run into, and making sure you get off the racetrack and not get hit from behind. But there you go. There's the skid marks from the previous lap. Looks like they just went down in the grass and got it back going again. So NASCAR not throwing the yellow, but it looks like we're starting to get a little bit of a pack going. Myself and Brandon being single file. Everyone else sort of pushing each other hard with Reddick and Hamlin there. We have one car in front of us that doesn't have any drafting help. We'll catch up to him. That looked like Ty Dillon. We also have Joey Logano and I think Martin Truex Jr. up in this pack with Tyler Reddick, Chris Buescher, Denny Hamlin. And let's get down to pit road for our tire change. I'm thinking 2 tires. Let's try not to slide the tires at all. And pit road speed is going to be 3,500 in second gear. There is our stall to the left, and Brandon is going to have to pit a little bit earlier than us. So let's get these tires on, let's get some fuel in, and let's see if a big crash happens while we're in here. Right sides are on, down and away, tear off on the windshield. Brandon will come out with us, so we will have some drafting help here as we get up to speed. And I don't think we've gone a lap down yet, so if we can get back up to speed, if the yellow were to come out now, we would be the big benefactor as everyone else would be on pit road, and we would inherit the lead once again. Let's get up to speed and look in that mirror and make sure we are not going to get trained. And the yellow flag has indeed come out. So once again, there is a crash somewhere, and myself and Brandon are free and clear. So it's going to be driving back to the line, getting our spot, and then rotating back to the lead. It's going to be interesting to see if anyone was on pit road during this exchange and they will stay out. But anyone who is not on pit road when that yellow came out will come back down again, and we will leapfrog them all. So we will see where we re-rack them up when we come back. Pace car heading off, we cycled back around in 6th. So to give up a few spots to make sure we missed a wreck, we'll take it. And Brad's car doesn't look that well. As he goes to move to the outside, we'll give him a little bump. Brandon to the inside, not taking any chances. Ooh, splitting Brad. Maybe he's like a big old parachute. And indeed, he does drop back really quick. So we'll be on the outside. Denny Hamlin leaves the 38 of John Hunter Nemechek. And we've also got Truex up here and Cole Custer trying to fight for that win. Here comes Logano and Buscher behind us. And it is tight battling here coming down to the final laps. We're under 10 to go as there was no lap cars who came to our inside. We'll give Brandon a shove down this back straightaway, see if he can get under Denny Hamlin here to go for the lead. And indeed he can. Pushing Brandon up front to the lead. Joey Logano looks like he's going to follow us through. And it looks like Nemechek and Custer have dropped back. I don't know what was up with them, but they really fell off this pack. So it's a 4-car race, green, white, checkered. So white flag is out, one more lap to go. We've got Logano and Hamlin. Who is going to push us? Where can we make the move? Everyone's car up here is nice and streamlined. In fact, Logano is pulling away with us, so who Joey goes with might determine who wins this. Someone was off in the dirt up in turn 3. No worse for the wear. We've got to run to the outside. Let's take a look on the outside of Brandon. We've got help from Logano. Yeah, good momentum. Let's see if we can cut to the bottom. There's a hole. Oh, some glitching. We take out Brandon, unfortunately, and ourselves as well. Brandon looks like he's still going forward, though. It's going to be a race for him. But we're going to lose all of these spots. Don't hit me. This is scary. Oh, come on, Kurt. What are you doing? Okay, so Kurt Busch needs to go back to crash avoidance class. that's going to be the end of our race right there. I mean, we were only a few 100 feet short of the start-finish line, so that's not going to be a good finishing position for us. But let's see how the race ended. Brandon ended coming across the line in, oh wow, there was a crash right there for the finish. Brandon comes across the line in 6th place, it seems. So let's go out to the TV camera and see the finishing order. So up in 4th was Kevin Harvick. 5th place was Michael McDowell. 3rd place, Joey Logano. 2nd place, Tyler Reddick. And your winner is Chris Buescher, who was outside of the top 16, will play spoiler. And Chris Buescher will get his win and get in the top 16. Let's see how that unfolded. So he was coming through the wreck, passing us, and Joey Logano was just really off the gas. Tyler Reddick takes advantage as well, and Chris Buescher comes across the line to take the win and the final spot in the championship regular season. That was nuts indeed. So several things to look at for sure. Oh man, that's when Kurt hit us. That wasn't exactly a good time to stop. But I apologize to Brandon for sure. We had, from that point of view, we had a massive run and we had a gap. Yeah, you could sort of see the blinking there. He was there, then he wasn't. Got caught up, and that took us both out. Now, as Brandon, Brandon was able to keep on going to come across the line in 6th place. Oh, did he get into Kevin Harvick? So he kept it off of the pit wall. Masterful sliding there. All out of shape, locked up those rear tires. Sort of hit Kevin Harvick. He slides across the line, then Brandon gets it going back straight across the line to take 6th. Masterful save there. Not a top 5, but fared way better than us for sure. And of course, one thing we have to look at as well was the first lap crash. So going into turn 3, I heard a little bit of scrapage going into turn 3 for sure. And yeah, the 9 of Chase Elliott and the 42 of Kenseth was involved there. They were already getting out of shape. So there's Chase there. Oh, and William Byron up top. So it was 3 wide William Byron. And that was just like a bad Hendrick day. So Byron up top. Everyone is running 3 wide. We have Almirola there with Blaney. Brad pushes the 24. And there was the scrapage, and everyone else seemed to get away. Brandon made a move to the apron, but Brad was already jacked up at that point, driving with a busted hood. And then the next time around, I know Alex Bowman and Jimmy Johnson were involved. And yeah, that 4 wide right there is what set all of that off. Everyone was pushing into the corners. Johnson pushing Almirola, Bowman pushing Logano, and into Logano. And the 10 gets up into Kyle Busch. Jimmy gets hit in the rear. And Kyle Busch goes for a ride. Matt Kenseth's out of the race. Bubba Wallace with heavy damage. Daniel Suarez as well. Oh, and hit again. Eric Jones sliding down. Christopher Bell. So that was nuts indeed. And then there was the wreck that we avoided by pitting. So coming out, yes indeed, there's the yellow lights already on. And it looked like it happened coming to pit road. Maybe some folks were trying to get to pit road and were not successful. So I have no idea what happened here, but I believe the yellow came out while we were on the access road. Let's look for our yellow indicators. Yeah, yellow flag was already out there. So it must have happened early, just as we were getting off pit road. And I think I see the flagman. Yeah, the flagman throws the yellow there. So let's go back and see if we see a melee and a scrum. Yes, indeed. Ryan Preece. And there's Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And Brad Keselowski again. So poor Kez can't catch a break. So coming down to pit road, it looks like, yeah, they weren't trying to pit, but Brad hooked. the 47. Brad gets hit into the 3. And then Brad hits the 47 again, gets it going. That's where Brad got all of that damage. So nothing terminal, it didn't look like. And that was intense indeed. So a few crashes and a surprise winner. And speaking of surprise winner, let's take a look at the final top 16 with Buescher moving into the 8th position. That puts Jimmy Johnson as the cutoff by a few races. So Austin Dillon never had a chance, but there are your top 16 by a good margin. And after the points reset, Brandon is your regular season champion by 3 points over me. So Brandon will get those 15 bonus points plus 5 points for every single win. Puts him plus 54 for every single round except for the last one. Pretty good stuff. We're sitting at 49. Can't complain. Logano is your cutoff driver, but of course with this reset, only 1 point separates Stenhouse, Truex, Bowman, and Johnson, and Elliott. Really tightens it up. And next week, we're getting a little bit interesting. We're heading to Darlington, and tight quarters, tight battles. That's going to be fun. But that will do it for me. Like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I will see you next week for round 1, race 1 of the playoffs. Take care.